I'm Steph Hodge with Board Game Geek here with Travis Shitz from Colossal Games, and he's showing us some Omen.
Omen, yeah. So last year we announced that we'd be working with John Cloudis. So John Cloudis of Small Box Games, he's an extremely prolific small publisher, as his company name implied. And this was kind of the crown jewel of Small Box Games. So Omen, he did Omen: A Reign of War 7 years ago. It's had multiple editions. It's always kind of kept this cult following. And so what we did was we took Omen, which he also did this here, Edge of the Aegean. We added a new expansion called Fires in the East, and we have a little bit more robust of a production. Before it was all cards, so we added this little board, and the actual board is larger. This is an early production copy. And for those of you who are familiar with Omen, essentially what Omen is imagine if you kind of took games like Magic the Gathering or Netrunner, and you consolidated it into an affordable like $20, $30 package where you could just keep replaying it over and over. So essentially it's a card-driven game where there's units, the players play from the same deck, and they're trying to get units into cities to trigger conflicts. And then you simply add up the strength. Whoever has the highest strength takes one of these little tiles, which depletes the city. The tiles can be flipped over, which they go from 2 points to 1 point to get like a really cool, splashy power.
Bonus, yeah.
But then it's your victory points. And the scores in this game are very tight. It's always like someone wins by 1 or 2 points.
Sure.
As you fight, when the fights trigger, the city's kind of clear. The loser gets to keep 2 cards. The winner gets to keep 1. So that way that the person who lost has a little bit of a foothold for the next fight.
Sure.
And then the other thing that's really interesting is you have these kind of public objectives. Both the players have these feats that they're trying to complete.
Okay.
So they'll tell you, oh, I drew 5 or more cards this turn. I've honored this god. And in doing so, I flip this over, and now I get victory points. So one of the 2 ways to end the game is if your opponent has flipped over 5 of these, or if you've depleted 2 of these cities. And it's the best way I can describe this is every card is broken. Every time you look at your hand, you're like, everything I want to do all the things.
Yes.
Yeah, he has this really generous. So the stats are: the gold is how much it costs, the red is how it's fight, and then the blue, once per turn, at the end of your turn, you can sacrifice one of these cards from your hand and get money or cards.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got
That's
this
good.
throughput type, this deck throughput. So you're never in a situation where like, oh, I have all this money but no guys, or I have all these guys but no money. It's a really generous system. It plays really quickly. It's kind of epic. Like you're just punching each other with everything.
And the art
you've got.
is amazing.
The art is amazing. Yeah, we've got a number of artists on this. So Reign of War was the first game. It's the bigger of the 3 releases.
Yes.
Edge of the Aegean and Fires are smaller. They have less cards. They don't have these feats involved.
Okay, sure.
And there are less tiles in the cities.
Okay.
But you can combine all the games into different ways, into different kinds of configurations. You can draft, you can play sealed deck. Lots of variety and replay value.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us Omen.
Thank you.